Trustees is hereby called to order at 7 p.m. I am very pleased that you've taken time to join us this evening. As the Judson Board of Trustees, we are here to set goals and policies and oversee the management of the district. We are responsible for approving budgets, contracts, personnel appointments, and to listen to reports from the superintendent. We are not here to make administrative or management decisions pertaining to the daily operations of the district. This is the responsibility of the superintendent. In compliance with the State Government Code on Open Meetings, tonight's agenda has been appropriately posted. This is a meeting in public, not a meeting of the public. As our guests, you are welcome to observe and listen. These proceedings are being video and audio recorded and will become part of Judson's permanent legal record. In order that the tape adequately reflects these proceedings, please silence your mobile devices and refrain from talking while others are speaking. Since it is legally mandated that these proceedings are recorded accurately, I may have to ask for order periodically should I notice that disruptions are interfering with our recording capabilities. Once again, we extend to each of you a sincere welcome from the entire school board. Thank you for your interest in Judson ISD. We have established a quorum, and I will call roll, and if you'll please mark yourself present. Ms. Eaton. Present. Ms. Rodriguez.
Present.
Ms. Pichelle.
Present.
Mr. LaFoyle.
Present.
Ms. Kenoyer.
Present. Welcome.
Mr. Macias.
Yes, present.
And I'm Dr. Melinda Salinas. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And to my left, we have our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jeanette Ball.
Present.
If you will please stand for invocation and Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight to do good for our students. Tonight, we ask in a special intention that you take care of our students that are playing at Rutledge Stadium. I also ask that our board make timely decisions so that we may also join them and show our support. In your name we pray. Amen.
I'd like to introduce to you our pledge leader for tonight. He is Lavelle Pete. Lavelle, come on up to the microphone there. Lavelle is a Copperfield Elementary School house leader. He is, the house leader is kind of a community leader in some of the groups there at that school. He's an AB honor roll student and enjoys staying active playing football. Lavelle is an excellent communicator and speaker and is always willing to step up when needed. He frequently seeks the opportunity to assist others. Let's join Lavelle in the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
You may be seated. Let's give Lavelle a hand for a nice job. Also like to recognize Lavelle's dad, who is here this evening. You can stand. Dr. Baum. I also like to recognize our color guard for this evening from Veterans Memorial High School's Junior ROTC, Cadet Private First Class Aiden Gomez, Cadet Captain Jose Gonzalez, Private First Class Daniel Demides, and Sergeant First Class Kevin Blas. Our first recognition comes from Judson High School this evening. The Judson High School Theater Department has become a real force in the forensic competitions around the region and the state. That takes talent and quality coaching from their instructor. At the recent National Forensics Tournament at Reagan High School, the team took home 8 National Invitational Tournament of Champion bids and 4 state qualifiers. The group also won the overall national tournament, taking first place. That means they took sweepstakes. We want to recognize these students for their accomplishment. There is a number of them here, so we're going to mention each one of their names and so they can be recognized by the board. Joshua Mayo, Nathaniel Cullers, Austin Johnson, Brooklyn Ellis, Leyland Bennett, Molly Tilton, Sarah Eckenroth, Julian Chapa, Amanda Perez, Amara Mack, Serenity Gonzalez, Neva Kelly, Annalisa Valdez, Brianna Newson, Madison Malone, Layla Ahmed, Megan Stuckey, Jordan Morellis, Amanda Conchani, and Jaden Severa. I also want to congratulate the theater director, Mr. Larry Bailey. Can the parents, can you raise your hand if you're already standing, or standing if you're not, so we can recognize you, please?
Thank y'all.
All right.
Follow the lines. They like the spotlight.
All right, our next recognition is coming from the Judson ISD Energy Management Department. For the 6th year, this department participated in the CPS Energy Demand Response Program this past summer from June through September. This effort by CPS Energy works with its commercial customers to reduce energy usage during those months when pressure on the power grid is at its peak. In return, those customers who participate get paid back for their efforts. This year, 25 JISD campuses were involved in the program, reducing our consumption by an average of more than 4,000 kilowatts. As a result, Joe Jones with CPS Energy is here to present David Ayler and Andy Jimenez of the Energy Management Department with a very, very big check. By the way, the Energy Department is under the auspices of Dr. Rob Fields, who is the Assistant Superintendent of Operations. All right, that's $280,000. Now, our next recognition is from our comprehensive high schools. Advanced placement classes, as you likely know, are classes where the curriculum used is much more challenging than what is typically taught in any given subject area. The College Board AP Scholar Awards are a way of recognizing students that are thriving in classes in which the rigor is dialed up. 128 students also received $100 cash awards from the National Math and Science Initiative, otherwise known as NMSI, for their passing scores on AP Math, Science, and English exams. NMSI supports our AP program with teacher training and student study sessions as well. Overall, Judson ISD saw an increase of passing scores in all subject areas at all our high schools. Judson High School had 18 of the Scholar winners. Wagner had 15, and Veterans Memorial High School had its very first one as well. So most of these individuals have gone off to college, so they aren't here. But we do have one student here, Stephen Mata, I believe. Are there two? Okay.
She was a junior last year.
Okay. All right, and her name is?
Chloe Bayani.
Chloe Bayani, okay. All right, thank you very much. We were getting these names at the very last second, so come right on up. Come right on up. Now, are you both from Judson High School, or? Okay. Now, one One last thing I would like to also mention, there are a couple of students that were from Wagner that were AP Scholar with honors. They weren't able to be here this evening because they're either out of state or they're at college, another location. But Austin Aurelio and Marvin Valenzuela were the other two that were AP Scholar with honors. And their parents are here. And we'd like for them to stand, please. I know you went through an awful lot of traffic and time to get here, so we appreciate that you were here. All right. At this point, also I want to recognize any of the AP teachers that are here. I know, can you raise your hand? Or? Thank you. All right. Now, Dr. Ball, I believe, has a few words she would like to say.
As y'all know, or maybe some of y'all might not know, today is the last board meeting for one of our colleagues. Ms. Vera is joining the ranks of superintendent, so we'd like to ask her to come up so we can present her with a token of our appreciation.
And those are our recognitions for this evening. Thank you very much.
Can you please update us on the score? 14-0. Sounds good.
Oh, let me move this. Okay. Oh, wait, all right, we'll move on to item 3. Do we have any citizens to be heard? We do not. Okay. Item number 4, consideration of consent items. Please let me know if you'd like an item pulled. 4A, consider and take action regarding approving board minutes from the regular meeting held on October 18th, 2018. 4B, consider and take action regarding approving monthly financial information as of October 31st, 2018. 4C, consider and take action regarding approving the submittals for requests for proposal 16-01 fundraiser products and services. 4D, consider and take action regarding approving ranking of the engineering firms for services related to the material testing phase of the construction at Veterans Memorial High School Building Addition. 4E, consider and take action regarding approving the Judson Independent School District's annual financial audit report for fiscal year 2018. 4F, consider and take action regarding approving the submission of the 2018 tax roll as certified by Bexar County Tax Assessor Collector for the Judson Independent School District. 4G, consider and take action regarding approving the district improvement plan. 4H, consider and take action regarding approving a memorandum of understanding effective January 1st, 2019 through June 7th, 2019 with Parent Child Incorporated of San Antonio and Bexar County, the new service provider for the Head Start program. 4I, consider and take action regarding approving the K-8 ELAR Proclamation 2019 District Instructional Materials Committee. 4J, consider and take action regarding approving an amendment to the Judson ISD compensation plan for the 2018-2019 fiscal year to include a stipend modification of class sponsors for Judson Early College Academy. Okay, if I can get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Pichelle? Second. Second, Ms. Eaton. Proceed to vote. We're voting on items 4A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Motion's carry 7-0. 5B, consider and take possible action regarding approving and renegotiating the non-exclusive license agreement. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Pichelle, second, Ms. Eaton. And let me see if I can get us back. Okay, Ms. Pichelle.
Thank you, Dr. Salinas. There was some information that I thought that we may have needed to continue to discuss this item. So, Dr. Ball, do you mind if I pull it tonight and put it on next month's agenda?
No, ma'am, I do not mind.
Okay, then we're going to just exclude that for tonight.
Okay. 5A. 5A is pulled.
Not yet.
Okay, 5B, consider and take possible action regarding approving inductees to the Judson ISD Civic and Athletic Hall of Honor as selected by the Hall of Honor committees. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. LaFoille, second by Ms. Kenoyer. Discussion. Okay, if there's no discussion, we will proceed to vote. Motion carries 7-0. I'm sorry? Go ahead.
I would like to announce these individuals. The athletic finalists are Jimmy Dykes, I hope I'm saying all these correct. Sterling Jeter, Melvin Belter, thank you, excuse me. And the civic finalist is Dr. Melinda Salinas.
That was a very nice surprise. 5C, we will take care of after closed session. 6A, superintendent report. 6A, superintendent report, construction report.
Yes, I'm going to ask Dr. Fields to update us on two things. If we could update the board. Oh, sorry. We could update the board on the Wortham project, and then also on anything updated with the Phase 2 for the Veterans Project.
Yes, ma'am. First on the Wortham project, we are anticipating getting a temporary certificate of occupancy around the end of November, which allows for us to be able to deliver furniture into the school. But if anyone were to go in the school, you still have to wear the hard hat and the vest and the safety goggles, so there won't be a lot of traffic through at that time. The actual certificate of occupancy is due for about the 14th of December. From the 14th through the 17th or the 20th of December, we're planning on having a lot of technology installed, getting the finalization of the furniture, fixtures, and equipment. So we are going to make a recommendation that we do the board tour of probably about the AM of the 20th of December, and then start allowing the teachers to come in during the afternoon of the 20th of December so they can get in right before the holidays and then come in on their own if that's what they choose to do. And we would also make a recommendation to Ms. Munoz to possibly schedule the community visit that day we come back on the 7th before the students come back on the 8th. That way the parents can come in, show their kids where they're going to be for the next day when they come in. Now, as far as the Veterans Project, the second phase of Veterans Memorial High School, we're in the contract negotiation phase of the general contractor that we selected last time. And what happened this week is we had the general contractor come back and say that there was a list of subcontractors that agreed to work with him on the project. 2 of them have opted to withdraw their names from being included on that contract negotiation. Because we're still in negotiation, I want to be real sensitive about what we say. He also stated that several other contractors have come to him and said that they're interested in pulling out as well. And they're naming the litigation involving the district as their cause. So we're still negotiating on that. It has thrown off our timeline a little bit. We'll still be ready prior to the students coming in that 2020 year, but still it has thrown off our ability to get that done as quickly as we thought. But we should be able to make up that time with rain days as we go forward. Which leads me into the last thing, Dr. Ball. The last couple of months are on record as being the rainiest around San Antonio in the history of San Antonio. That has thrown us off a little bit on the Kirby and Kitty Hawk projects. We're still supposed to be able to open up those academic wings at the school, the phase ones for Kirby and Kitty Hawk, prior to the start of next year, but it has slowed us down because the project's just starting. We don't have a lot of rain days in the bank. But as we move forward, if there's not a lot of rain, we should get some of those back. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fields.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 6A2, substitute teacher pay rate comparison. Dr. Ball.
Yes, I wanted to share with the board that I did ask HR to provide us some comparison. So before you in your packet and available to everybody else, we do have some information from, of course, surrounding districts and then also just some districts in the Bexar County area. Wanted to share that with the board and let you know that if we plan to make any changes, we'll be using some of this data to see how we compare and making sure that we're comparable to some of the surrounding areas. But if there's any questions or anything that the board would like for me to look at differently, please share with me. But right now, this is just some preliminary data that we are looking at.
Whenever we look at comparisons, can we also include Schertz-Cibolo? Because they're immediately adjacent, and we have a lot of teachers who substitute there and employees who leave us to go to Schertz-Cibolo. So that's always valuable information to have.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Macias.
And in regards to substitutes, I guess, I don't know if there's a policy, but I've always been under the understanding that substitutes are sort of a pipeline for us in terms of retaining teachers in the classroom. Is that still pretty much a strategy for using substitute teachers?
There are substitute teachers that we do use in regards to, there's some that are working towards their certification, if that's, is that what you mean?
I mean, I guess the reason I mention that is because as we're looking to retain talent in our district, naturally subs, I would imagine, would be the first line of interviewing for positions if they're qualified and they're certified. And so if that's the case, we're actually in a position to really give these substitute teachers the maybe professional development in getting there. I mean, mind you, loyalty is built out of what did you do to help a teacher get to that next level. So I'm just trying to see, maybe we should be sensitive to that strategy because we already have an active audience that's subbing for us. They probably will be the next line of teachers if that's what their career choice is. And so if we don't have a strategy cut out, we probably should think of one.
That's a great point. We'll add that data piece to it also to see if we could tell how many of those subs are looking into going into teaching or interested in teaching.
Absolutely, and certainly, anyway, yeah, if we could do that, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item 6A3, Human Resources Audit Update. Dr. Ball.
Yes, I wanted to share with the board that we are continuing to look at the audit that we received from, that was just conducted recently, and you'll notice that we put together a chart with some of the things that we are doing. So you'll notice that there's an action, a timeline, a time frame, we call it time frame, in regards to some of the things that we want to make sure that we implement. It's also in there what the goal would be. Want to highlight that the teacher retention is a very big one for us. So that is something that we've really made sure that we are revamping. And this lies in many areas, not just in HR, but also, for example, in C&I, curriculum and instruction, to make sure that we have a good new teacher induction program. So you'll notice that it's on page 2. You'll also notice that we want to have a very strong mentoring component for all of our new teachers. So just wanted to give you a glance at some of the things that we are continuing to work on to make sure Judson ISD is the premier district.
Mr. Macias.
I'd like to commend you and your staff for starting this process. Will we be bringing this back to an agenda item quarterly then, in terms of kind of giving an update?
Yes, sir, and specifically, on here, you'll also notice that we are going to be doing an annual survey, so you'll also be getting that information, so we can provide information quarterly.
An annual survey for employees?
Yes, sir, we are going to be gauging teacher climate, morale of the district, and some of the key indicators, which I would be glad to share with the board at next month's board meeting, so you could get a glimpse of what the survey would look like.
And this would also include parents, potentially?
The survey that we have right now is specifically for this, but we could develop one, but the one that I put on this timeframe is the one for all employees.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, great job. Okay, 6B, update on board advisory committees. Do any board members have any updates?
I went to the bond committee, but Dr. Fields just gave you the update.
Ms. Canoyer?
I attended the Finance Committee meeting, and we are strategizing all kinds of ways, bringing in information and ideas from the community members who attended. And I would like to invite more people to come, because more minds equals more ideas. And frankly, we need lots of ideas on what we can do in order to meet our budget goal. And then the next curriculum committee meeting will be in December.
I attended the Long Range Planning Committee, and Ms. Canoyer was there, and Mr. Macias also attended. But we talked about how we'll likely be starting the strategic planning process over again, starting in February, to really hit a reset and have like real strategy behind it. I think it stalled last time, and looking forward to having a full strategy built out.
Mr. Macias?
Yeah, I was excited about our committees, and I was able to participate, as Ms. Rodriguez mentioned, in the long range, but also in the bond one the day before. And one thing that I will tell you that is concerning, and Ms. Canoyer hit it a second ago, was the lack of additional community engagement. And this is our opportunity truly to have stakeholder involvement. And so I will stress, Dr. Ball, that we look again for ways to involve our community and really ask the question, why are we not getting parents involved, or additional employees, or whoever needs to be engaged, because that'll be a problem. And I know that's probably what I don't want to speak for Ms. Canoyer, but naturally that's a concern. We need more community engagement in this process. So, but they were good meetings.
I just have a question.
Sure, Ms.
Is
Seaton.
it possible to maybe include a brief summary of some of that information at some of our HOA meetings? Because they love when we come into the HOA meetings and we give them feedback on bond issues, on what's going on with the schools, but a brief summary, because, you know, the information is out on the web and we have it live streaming. Is that possible?
Yes.
I mean, as a representative for my district, I'd be willing to go to the HOAs in my area and do that. So,
Anybody else? Okay. 6C, update on board training, conferences, events, and consider future agenda item requests by board members. Mr. LaFoille? Nothing at this time. Ms. Canoyer?
Nothing currently.
Mr. Macias?
No, I don't have anything at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Pichelle?
No, I don't have anything.
Ms. Rodriguez?
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Eaton?
Nothing at this time.
Okay, thank you. And I also
The
do not.
winter governance, but that's not to.
Right. Coming soon. Okay, and I also don't have anything. The board will now convene into closed session. Pursuant to the following section of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, discussing personnel, the personnel report and updates, including new hires, resignations, and administrative appointments. 7B, pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, discuss position of deputy superintendent. 7C, pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, discussion regarding organizational chart and duties of district-level administration and possible program changes. 7D, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with the school district's attorney regarding pending litigation styled civil action number 516 CV 00832XR, Alton Crane versus Judson Independent School District in the United States District Court, Western District of Texas, San Antonio Division. 7E, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with the school district's attorney regarding pending litigation styled civil action number 518-CV-269-FB. Carolyn Ross. Yeah, because we have to have 4. We have to have a quorum. Carolyn Ross versus Judson Independent School District, Dr. Carl A. Montoya, Alita Berra, Dr. Melinda Salinas, Renee Pichelle, and Richard LaFoyle in the United States District Court, Western District of Texas, San Antonio Division. 7F, pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, consider and discuss resignation of Board Member Melinda Salinas. And the time is 7:38. Okay, no final action vote or, no final action, decision, or vote was taken while the board was in closed session. We are now in open session, and the time is 8:27 PM. Let me see if I can get us past this stuff. Okay. 8A, consider to take possible action regarding personnel, the personnel report, and updates, including new hires, resignations, and administrative appointments. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Canoyer, second, Mr. LaFoille. Proceed to vote. Motion carries 7-0. 8B, consider and take possible action regarding organizational chart and duties of district-level administration, possible program changes. Do I have a motion? Motion, Mr. LaFoille. Sorry, I'm trying to get us out of here. Motion, Mr. LaFoille, second by Ms. Pichelle. If you'll proceed to vote.
What was the action of that item?
First, so she can move forward. with the-
Yes, sir.
Settle down. Motion carries 7-0. 8C, I don't know if we have a motion, but it's an item. So consider and take possible action regarding pending litigation styled civil action number 518 CV 269 FB, Carolyn Ross versus Judson Independent School District, Dr. Carl A. Montoya, Elita Berra, Dr. Melinda Salinas, Renee Pichelle, and Richard LaFoille in the United States District Court, Western District of Texas, San Antonio Division. No motion? No action. No action, okay. Let me move us. 8D, consider and take possible action to accept resignation of board member Melinda Salinas. Do I have a motion?
What do we no motion it?
Well, then the motion dies and it still goes through.
I move we accept.
There's a board policy that says you can't
Reluctantly,
deny it.
the resignation of Dr. Melinda Salinas, and forward with her all our thanks and appreciation for a wonderful job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, let's vote first. Everybody has to vote first. Oh, yeah, I need a second. Second, Ms. Rodriguez, motion by Ms. Canoyer, second by Ms. Rodriguez. Hold on, I have to vote. Motion carries 5, 1 no and 1 abstention. All right, Mr. Macias. Thank you so much to everyone. I have really enjoyed my time on the board. Yes. Well, not anymore, but.
I'd like to present you with this plaque. It says, Dr. Melinda Salinas, to honor your many years of service to the Judson ISD Board of Trustees. Your guidance as board president and member have strengthened the board between the community and the district. We appreciate you greatly.
Thank you. It'll go in my new house, in my office. Beautiful. Shake all of our hands.
Are we adjourned?
Meeting's adjourned at, hold on, 8:30.